Hey guys, Logan. We're up to Season 8, Episode 2 of Criminal Minds. Here we go.
You're kidding me.
I can't take you.
Well, how many times have I taken you to the airport?
Dad has a soccer game tomorrow. I have a report I have to finish.
It'll only take an hour.
Oh. You're cheating.
Kyle, I'm running out.
Negan? Oh my god.
Come on, Rossi.
Luckily, 2 days in, I was called back.
Yeah, and now he's got 31 days.
Huh.
A month?
You know, sunshine is an essential source of vitamin D. You should go to Florida and get some sunshine.
It's for old guys. You know, Rusty, if you don't use them, you lose them.
Thank you. This is what I've been telling him.
See this? This is my...
What's he gonna do, take a month off?
See how many people in the Bureau have spouses in the military serving overseas.
I am on it. Altruism is sexy.
Yes, it is. Let's get started.
You can give your days? I didn't know you could do that.
Last night, 2 victims, Brenda Whitley and Mark Coleman.
We both received similar text messages last night from prepaid phones asking them to meet.
So our unsubs a friend, or at least pretends to be one.
Uh-huh.
Based on how they were killed, he wanted to see them suffer. He's sadistic.
And mission-oriented. 2 victims in 3 hours? That's a spree.
Yep.
So may claim another victim soon.
Which is why we're headed west. We'll land in Orange County, half of us will go to San Diego, the other half LA. Wheels up in 30.
Studio! Please don't do this!
That is very alarming. How does no one see that?
All right, let's cover victimology. Neither of the victims was sexually assaulted or robbed.
So they were
Brenda
knocked
was a
out.
teacher
That's
and
it.
mother of 2. She went to meet a friend that night. Her husband backs the story. A woman with no apparent addiction issues and a tweaker in a sober living house. They probably don't know each other.
Garcia, did the unsub call the victims of the disposable
complete
cells
opposites.
prior to that night?
Let's see, in the last few weeks, he called each of the victims over 2 times a day.
It's not random, it's hunting.
You drove a V8 engine with a single plane crankshaft, 80 miles per hour in good traffic. You took the I-5 to the 405 to the 10 East, got off in La Cienega, went right on Washington, north on Vermont, and then snuck up Selma using the back alley. You could do it in an hour, 40
You're
minutes. and you ain't still
weird.
time for tacos.
You are so weird.
JJ, you and Morgan go to the latest crime scene. Dave, you and Blake to San Diego.
Oh, that is
There's
just
no doubt
so
that the
incredible that you know that. I love it.
JJ.
Where were the bodies
About
dumped?
3 blocks away where the body was found. So then some drags Mark over here and Blitz attacks him from
Had to know the
The
area.
drugstore was closed, the cameras weren't working, he wasn't expecting anyone here. What if Mark was falling off the wagon and he was meeting his dealer? Right? Like the first victim also met the unsub in a parking lot. Maybe she had a drug habit too.
It's possible. But either way, our unsub is highly organized.
How are you getting
Hi, I'm Detective Pratt.
that close with so many
This is Dr.
people?
Spencer Reed.
Well, I've talked to San Diego.
Makes me think it's not
They're central for
relationship-wise.
everything on the first victim, Brenda Whitley's case.
Morgan and JJ think that maybe our second victim, Mark, went to meet a drug dealer. You got the talk screens back?
Neither of the victims had drugs in their system.
Doesn't mean he didn't go meet a dealer.
But a drug dealer doesn't call you twice a day for 2 weeks. Usually you call him.
Digging into victim number 2's past, turns out meth is not the only thing Mark Coleman has done. He also changed his last name.
Oh, what?
Logan. And that sort of plot thickens a bad pudding.
My name.
So when Mark was a junior in college, he gets picked up by police on a drug charge. They find some sexually assaulting her, but denies killing her, and because her body was never found, they couldn't link it to the disappearance.
What's he been doing since he got out?
Eating hamburgers.
That guy got out.
Since then, he's worked at 3 different fast food joints.
Let's send me everything you've got on the case. I'll have Reed go talk to the family.
Oh, shucks. He was dragged to death? Ah. What a tragedy.
Outside.
I was having my soup. now.
Thanks. Garcia was only able to give away 25 of my vacation days to employees with loved ones in Afghanistan.
Oh, great.
I heard it took the LAME 4 hours to find the second victim's entire body.
Yeah, he was spread all over the place.
Yeah. Victim 1 had it easy by comparison. She was dragged post-mortem.
We thought she was alive at first.
Wait,
No, she died from a series of blows to the head.
His confidence suddenly evolved.
It's a pretty quick evolution.
And therein lies the problem.
are you sure it has nothing to do with that guy's past?
The cars used to drag were different.
Maybe the killer switched cars?
But we're looking at 2 unsubs.
What did you and Morgan find?
Dude.
Well, at both crime scenes, the nearby stores were either closed or being remodeled, so the killer would have had to scope the area, lure and drag the victim. So we're most likely looking at one unsub who's hesitant, and another one who actually enjoys it.
What do you mean you killed her first?
I just couldn't do it while she was still alive.
But that's the whole point. Come on, you know what
What?
she did.
I know.
Okay, we've been planning this thing for 6 months. If you thought you were gonna chicken out, you should have told me at last week's meeting.
Last week's
We're
meeting.
done now. So let's just go home and pretend this never happened.
When I killed Mark, he told me there were 2 other guys that helped.
Is that your daughter?
He didn't do this alone.
It has to do with the rape. They're getting revenge. See, I don't know this for sure yet. We need more.
We have a team that's 120 miles apart.
Definitely seems like they're going after for a reason, but what does the woman have to do?
Something in the victimology should tell us.
Let's start digging.
Yeah, that's we got to find out what the background of the first victim is. Damn.
You thought you could rape and kill an 8-year-old and get away with it?
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's not what Mark said.
Yep. That's her daughter.
Down.
No, that's too easy. Now get in the car.
You don't need to do this. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Go away. Go. I didn't do anything.
Wow.
That's a change in MO. Usually they lure their victims out. What happened to their organization?
Garcia, what did you find out about?
Well, they just found out
Guess who
about
are
him.
BFFs in college?
Mark Coleman and Paul.
10 points to Blakendor. Turns out Paul was a character witness in Mark Coleman's rape trial. He waxed poetic about his boy, the jury didn't care.
So we have 2 scumbags and an innocent mom as victims.
Anything in
The
Brenda
mom
Wilkins'
is the
house?
thing.
No, not that I found yet.
Does she have a sealed juvie record?
Why didn't I think of that? See, this is where the boss man and I'm a minion who types things. Turns out Brenda was not as coiffed as her bob. When she was 17, she was involved in a DUI that resulted in the death of a 2-year-old boy, Sam Dolan.
Did she serve time?
That's the other
Yeah,
ones.
she was sentenced to
It's
a
the
year
other-
in
they're-
juvie. It was reduced to 2 months after her father gave hefty chunks of change to some political organizations.
So we're definitely looking at a vigilante team avenging the
Yep.
death of these 2 kids.
We should talk to the parents of the original victims. I bet they're the connection to these unsubs.
Or
Thanks, Garcia.
they're the ones.
I was returning home from London the night Brenda was murdered. I had my boarding pass.
Okay. Now what about your wife? Where was she?
She killed herself a few years ago.
I am so sorry to hear
What?
that.
She spent all her time on the internet.
Really? Did she join any online support groups?
How'd you know?
But it isn't.
That's because you're not letting it.
But it's wrong.
An eye for an eye, it's biblical.
When I wake up in the morning, I don't know how much longer I can go on like this.
Don't you say that.
But that's how I feel.
You should feel rejuvenated. Come here.
You might send an officer to their house and places of employment.
We should also check out the support group Sam's mother belonged to.
Yeah, that might be the connection.
The calls the unsubs made to the victims twice a day at night.
And the roommates of the second victim, Mark, in his sober living house, said that he was talking to someone online a lot lately. The night he got killed, he got dressed up like he was going out on a date.
And he's straight further confirms it was a female.
They weren't because our unsubs were insecure men. They were because our unsubs were women who needed to subdue their victims first.
We need to get the profile. We believe that these unsubs are two women who are killing people convicted of heinous crimes.
The other one, I just don't know who.
Due to the pre-planning and level of commitment, we believe our unsubs are over 30, and they probably learned about the crimes they are avenging through the media.
My baby's life was worth more than 10 years.
This latest attack felt more improvised and personal.
10 years?
Or their victim.
Now, during a spree, the threat is that the unsub will either strike again or disappear.
Now, if they've completed their vendetta,
then the latter is more likely.
We believe that one woman is not as confident in the mission while the other is more domineering. We're looking for mothers, relatives, friends who have lost children.
You know, we also look at the collateral damage of the crimes our current victims committed years ago, since this is the only thing our unsubs have in common. It tells us that as time goes on, their friendship will become strained.
This other woman.
So how are these unsubs meet?
She's connected to that boy.
In 2 different cities. I don't know.
If Sam Dolan's mom was in an online support group,
is that the mom?
Someone else became obsessed with her grief.
Yeah,
but she committed suicide. Did she fake her death? Or is that someone else who had a connection with the boy?
Did Sam Dolan's mom have any friends or relatives with that name?
Yeah, she's got a sister, Ellen.
Sister. Okay, there we go.
That'd give her access to hitching equipment.
Who is she interacting with in the support group?
Now that makes sense. I was like, wait, why does she? Where's the connection
She
here?
was mainly talking to a Darlene B. In the last 6 months, most of their discussions have been around the pending release of Mark Coleman from prison.
And they probably hatched a plan.
Yep.
We need to get search
This
warrants
is easy.
for Ellen's and Darlene's houses.
Oh my gosh, this just in. So when Mark was released a month ago, her and Ellen started calling him, posing as a friend.
Friends usually distance themselves from rapists and murderers.
There's apparently one more.
Oh, so you and JJ look into Kelly's disappearance.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
find out how this
That's
incident
definitely
got
true,
involved
yeah.
And anybody else who might have been involved in the case.
The question is, are we going to be able to get them before the next killing?
San Diego PD just searched Ellen's house. She's not there, but they put an officer up front just in case she comes back.
So we need to figure out who Paul was to Mark in college.
They ran cross-country students participating in a relay together.
Means they were close.
Don't 4 people do relays?
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Phillips and Jason Nelson, they look inseparable.
And where are they now?
Bryce lives in Amsterdam, Jason in the Los Feliz area of Los Angeles.
And her killing duo found out about it.
That would explain the change in MO. Maybe Mark gave a dying declaration and gave up his boys.
Maybe our ladies are improvising, which explains killing Paul outside his job.
We need to get to Jason's house before they do.
You remember Kelly, don't you?
Oh, I can explain.
Too late.
I'll do anything you want. Okay. I can take you to her body.
You know where my baby is?
Yeah, I can take you there. If I do that, you'll let me go, right?
Y'all are too late.
I am serious. I'm not the same guy that I used to be. Shut up! I think to her every day. I have a girlfriend now, and I have a good job. I've changed.
Does she know?
Change is crap. Okay? People just become more of who they are.
You don't know me.
Tell me what you did to my daughter that day.
Darlene.
You don't just, like, rape an 8-year-old
I have the
and
right to know.
change.
It's complicated.
She was 8 years old. You tell me what you did to her.
Ugh. It's disgusting.
He was into improving himself. Let's do healthy
I really don't.
relationships.
I mean, I've been called.
Go figure.
Say I have no empathy so many times. I from people who don't know who I am, which is funny. But I don't care. I don't care what he tried to do to improve his life or to get better. I don't care. This is a cross of a line. I don't pity you.
It was.
I don't want you to improve your life.
We were just about to leave.
Dude.
So you thought we'll just snatch this little black girl?
Hey. Oh, Kelly, she was so pretty.
Oh my god. See what I mean? Oh my god.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you think it's
That's so disgusting.
Tell that story for someone. She is dead, and we are killing this guy.
No, not here. I have got to bring him back home.
I don't know if he actually knows where she's at.
Is important to him, Mom. And,
He might be just messing with you.
to protect myself, I told the neighbor to write down the license plate of any strange car that came by.
Why are men so messy?
I don't get down like this. I'm a clean freak.
Yeah, well, hold up now.
Not surprised. Something's just off about this guy.
Gut feeling?
Deep gut.
So nothing about Jason Nelson seems out of the ordinary?
He seems as all-American as apple pie.
No reports of any bodies found.
Trophies. Kelly wasn't the only girl.
This is all a facade. Jason's a psychopath.
Oh god.
You said this was where she is.
Well, I will take you there if you do something for me.
No, this is not a negotiation.
No, it's a bribe. And then I'll tell you where it is.
Oh, he's trying to cut y'all in half.
You want us to just kill some random person?
That's what I said. I want you to know how good I found.
Do you want to find your daughter or not?
Oh my god.
Not like this.
You don't have a choice, ladies.
Yeah, we do.
Darlene,
How convenient.
just do it.
I can't.
Damn it. Now you take us to her daughter.
He's not dead?
The victim says he was shot by a white woman.
Turn Jason's place upside down. We need to find where they may have put Kelly's body.
Now why did you ever do that?
We have come too far.
Oh, she liked it.
No, she didn't. Shut up.
We could drive across the country just killing people.
Oh my god.
And you could get, whoever you wanted.
That's enough.
I'm gonna take that gun and shove it so far down your throat you're gonna wish you were dead.
Yeah. Swing left. Just getting excited.
God. Holy shit.
Why would you do that?
When Mark died, I needed to cover my tracks.
Like my storage unit. My husband has so much crap, it's not funny.
Is it hard being in a relationship with someone overseas?
We'll make it work.
Working for Doctors Without Borders is a very noble cause. I would imagine you guys have an epistolary novel by now, though.
We stick to Skype.
Fresh loam soil. Usually found near plains and streams. Either he was just camping.
Or used it to move the body. Jason finds out his friends are killed. He might take precautions.
What is taking so long?
Almost there.
Hurry up.
We got a few more holes to dig.
Go ahead, my baby.
That was my idea, too.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my
Shit.
Loam soil surrounding
Oh
some Southern
my
California
God.
beaches and also loam soil around some parks in the area.
What areas are near running trails?
There is a
trail in the Hollywood Hills area that is lousy with loam soil, and I'm sending Morgan and Rossi the location now.
I don't know if that won't. One of them I don't think would go down without a fight.
Over here.
At least we got Jason. I could have kept killing forever.
And the women just get away.
They just get away?
So now what? We're gonna split up. I might keep heading south. You do good here.
Does it bother you that none of
I don't know if the other one died, though. You killed
never
4,
thought it
definitely.
would.
Then why did we do it?
Because somebody has to pay. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. Actions have consequences.
1-0.
Then you're a wuss.
Damn.
I'm gonna go get us something cool to drink.
Wait. I diss you and you care if I'm thirsty? You gotta start thinking about yourself, honey. That's the game.
That was okay?
How'd you find me?
Darlene never unpacked her daughter's bags from this trip. And I took a wild guess.
She's long gone.
Personally, I have mixed feelings about that one. But we'll get her too.
What you say?
Tiene que firmar sus papeles para que ella sea extraditada a los Estados Unidos.
Paul Brown once said, if you win, say nothing. If you lose, say less.
Alright. Wow. I have constantly in the past cheered for people who violently or get rid of terrible people like they were doing. However, I have constantly also said vigilantism is not okay. And you can't do it. You're gonna be charged with murder. There's very, 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 very minor scenarios where I would excuse a vigilante-like killing. Or whatever. Very minor. We've never had one, I don't think, on this channel that I remember. I don't think we've ever had a scenario. I think I've briefly talked about it. This one is not one of them. 4 counts of murder. Now the thing here, I could see one of them getting 10 years for one of those, so I'm going to go 10 to 25. That's a big range because that's just what it is. The scenario and some of the ways that, like the first one, the first victim was beat with a baseball bat. I could see 13, I could see 10, I could see 15. That's probably more of a 10 to 15 range. So I'm going to go 10 to 25 for 4 counts. So that's 40 years minimum. And of course, this is also going to be a little weird. So we have 2 unsubs and a couple people added into it. So obviously the sickos who went after the little girls and all that stuff, we already know what they get. I would open an investigation, assuming he stays alive, he would get convicted, he would... Alright, so don't really have to talk about that. Now these 2 different unsubs, we have two different scenarios here. So there is an attempted murder. I don't know if that guy lived or not. As far as we know, he was fine. He was able to talk. They put him in the ambulance and took him to the hospital. I don't know if he died. I don't know if he lived. I don't know. We have to mark that down as attempted murder, 10 to 15 years. So that's one count of attempted murder. What we're really going to look at here, the murder and attempted murder. I feel confident in throwing on to the unsub that was arrested. I forgot her name. Not Darlene, the other one. And not giving Darlene the attempted murder charge. So I'm also confident in putting the other one responsible for 2 to 3 of the murders. Even though they worked together, she would still get charges, but heavily more responsible. More so in the 20 to 25 year range with the second victim. So I'm thinking the range would be a minimum of 30 to 40 for Darlene, and I'd say 55 to 65 for the other one. Obviously, she was more of the ringleader. She was more of the one that was doing the targets and all that. And then, potentially, lessen years on some charges. I don't know. This is a hazy one. Because if you just look at it straight up, here and there, it's hazy. So I think that's a good range for both of them as far as minimum. If you want to throw the book at them, obviously you would be looking at a far higher range. You could also throw a kidnapping charge in there. But then again, you could also potentially excuse that charge and excuse the murder charge of that guy, which is, it's possible. It probably wouldn't happen, but if I was the judge, or if I was the one, I am the one giving the sentencing, I could potentially be convinced to add a much lessened sentence on the final person they killed. On the guy who had evidence of 3 other kidnappings and 3 other children being killed, and potentially a lot of bones being found in that area. I could potentially think, okay, I might lessen it then slightly more than usual, instead of hitting you with a 15 to 20 year charge, I might hit you with a 8 to 12. At the end of it, won't really do much. And I might excuse the kidnapping charge. Or I might drop the kidnapping to a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 year, then a 2 to 5 year. I could be convinced. But right now, that's how it is. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. Continue on with Season 8 of Criminal Minds. I'm having a good time. Y'all having a good time? I hope you are. Here we go to Season 8, Episode 3, coming up next. See y'all next time.